Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So here is a walkthrough for the Impossible Quest for Marici. And yeah, there's no real theme to this walkthrough. It's not a overpowered, it's not a free party, it's not a recommended anything. It's just a bunch of characters that I haven't made in my other Marici videos, just to kind of show how they're usable. And yeah, the thing about Marici is that I very quickly found my ideal farming team, and I just use that all the way through, which is why I only have one other Marici video, I think. So yeah, I thought I would just make another walkthrough of his quest with some different characters. And yeah, so the gimmicks here are mines and damage walls. So we will bring characters with ideally both, but there are ways to get through the mission without one or the other of the null gimmicks. The first character I'm using is Kushinada, and she's got both null damage wall and minesweeper, so she's pretty much perfect for the quest. And yeah, Kushinada, she can go to a lot of different impossible missions. But this one I feel like she is truly well suited for, because she covers both of the gimmicks. And because her bump combo and strike shot are both also pretty well suited for this quest. This quest, it heavily favors Pierce types, and so they are kind of the best ones to use Kushinada's Plasma, just because they can get around very easily. And yeah, although the quest favors Pierce monsters, there are chances for bounce monsters to pierce, like in between all of the guys on this screen. So it's good to have at least one bounce character, I would say. Alrighty, next up I'm using the new Vampina, and or Nyampire, one or the other. And she has Minesweeper only, so we need to be a little bit careful with her in regards to the damage walls. But she has Minesweeper, and then also Mancer Slayer, which happens to work on both of the Rakshasas and the Domans. So she can be a good damage source against the mobs here. And she does have a tackle strike shot, which can protect her from the damage walls by getting her to stick to a guy. Next I'm using a Cinderella Evolution, and her I actually used in my other Marici video, but she's my favorite for this mission, so that's part of the reason why I'm using her again. She has a Pierce with a Minesweeper, and so yeah, although she has low attack, she can pick up mines and then do better damage that way. And then she has a very useful strike shot, which is a laser strike shot. And so if she is ability locked and she loses like null damage wall or minesweeper, then she can use that strike shot to sort of freeze her position and not worry about hitting either of those things. And then finally I'm using a Cherry Winger Evolution, and she's kind of recognized as one of the best characters for this mission. She has a flight, null damage wall, pierce, and no gauge, so there's no chance of a happening there. She has very high stats overall. So yeah, if you have her on your team, then you have a much greater chance of winning. Okay, so here's the first mini-boss stage, and then yeah, the way that we play the stage is going to really kind of mirror how we play the boss stages. And then with all of the characters, I like to do very shallow angles to the left and right, and then a little bit up or down, just based on where they are. And this is just so that I can keep to the sides of Marici without getting above or below him. And yeah, if you go side-to-side shallow angles, there's a very small chance of irregular bounds, so that's nice to know. And yeah, Kushinada, she got into kind of the safe zone by pinching underneath the Rakshasa on the right. And yeah, it is helpful. There are a lot of chances for bounce characters to kind of get stuck in certain places, so they can escape that very damaging vertical laser. Alrighty. And then once we get our Pierce Null Damage Wall characters to the left or right of Marishiten, then it's just about going back and forth in order to do damage to the boss and to stay in good position. And then the bounce characters, they're a little bit more difficult to position. But again, shallow angles will work wonders for us. And then here, Yanpire, she cannot go left and right, obviously, because of the damage walls. So we have to do shallow angles with her up and down, and then either take down the little guys on the in the alleys, or else do damage to just the very edge of Marishiten, without going towards the center of him. Okay, here I like to get rid of the anti-bounce types because they ability lock our guys. So we'll concentrate on that. And then, yeah, Kushinada is the one bounce type. Her main job will be to take down the shields or the domans that they summon. Whoops. Yeah, there's that irregular bound, pushing Kushinada into a bad position. But we'll push her out of position a little bit with Yanpire, and then also take down the anti-bounce guy, so yeah, that worked out pretty well. Alright, and then I always like to use Cinderella's strike shot here, because with those blocks in the way, it's a little difficult for me to do damage to the boss. And then I don't want to take too long, or else the boss will do a lot of damage to me, so yeah. I always use the laser here, and then it usually charges up in time for the last stage, so it works out. Okay. Yeah, it's very tempting to do the attack in Marishiten's weak point there. And then, yeah, I want to be very sure that the boss is very near being defeated, because I don't want Kushinada to end up where that vertical laser will end up. Alright, thankfully we could take down the boss before that vertical laser came out. Okay, one last stage before the boss stages. And then, yeah, if I start with a Pierce type, I like to get rid of the anti-bounce guys down there. And then if I start with a bounce type, then I like to pinch in between the Nasetsu up there. Okay. So we're looking pretty good. And then as for positioning for the next stage, we want to be near the top. So we'll work to get our guys more towards the top. Alright. So I see danger of Yanpire getting into the damage wall, so we'll use the strike shot just to get her to stick to the guy and prevent any damage from damage walls. Okay, so we are now at the boss. And then, yeah, if my guys are up near the top, we'll just attack left and right on the boss. If my characters are at the more towards the bottom of the screen, then we will just try to move our guys up. And then, yeah, with the gravity barrier out, we'll do a more extreme angle to move our guys up. Okay. That weak point on top of Marishiten is very tempting, but we'll maintain our position on the left side of Marishiten. Alright, and then it's just about just washing back and forth across Marishiten. And yeah, this is a place where Kushinada's plasma really shines. So yeah, we'll just wash back and forth, pick up the plasma, and do some extra damage there. And then we're not even going to really worry about the guys, little guys down there. If we're high enough up, their attacks will not do a lot of damage to us. And if we do take them down, that will send out damage walls, which will kind of limit the mobility for Nyampire. Okay, pretty good. Alright, this should do it for this boss stage. Alright, excellent. We'll pick up the heart and then some more mines. And then, if we can, we'll move some of our guys towards the bottom of the screen, which is where we want to be. Alright, so this is working out okay. So, Cherry Winger, her strike shot, it takes down those drones very easily. But more than the drones, I think it's more important to take out the anti-bounce guys, because they ability lock our characters. So yeah, first priority is to take down the anti-bounce guys, and then we can think about using our strike shots to do damage on the boss. Okay. And then, yeah, again, with the Pierce characters, we'll just try to position ourselves to the left or right of Marici to avoid that big vertical laser. Okay, pretty good. Alright, and then I have my guys in a terrific position here for Kushinada's strike shot, and there's no gravity barrier as well, so the timing worked out. Alright, so we'll just attack from the sides, and that should be it. Alrighty, pretty good. And we got the speed clear. Alrighty, so that was Marici. And yeah, I would say once you figure out kind of placement and then which characters to use, this is definitely one of the easier impossibles. And yeah, he's also one of the better impossible monsters. So if you were thinking about making a max look of him, it would be very doable, I think, and also be very rewarding. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care.